All right. Hey guys, this is Ricky Rod, and I'm going to do a guitar pedal review for you guys here of the JHS Superbolt. It is my favorite overdrive pedal. I've had it for a couple of years now, and pretty much has become the main part of my pedal board, and I wanted to explain the tones that work for me. So before we get started with this demo, let me explain to you the amp I'm using, the guitar, the microphone, all the good stuff. So the microphone is a Cascade Fathead microphone. It's set about a foot away from the center of the cone of the speaker. The amp is a hand-wired Vox AC15 with a blue Alnico speaker. I'm just running on the low input side of the amp. The amp's got some great features that, you can set it to run like a traditional British Vox. So that's the side I'm using. I'm not using the master volume. It's just wide open. All right. And then that is all going into an API 500 series pre, into a distressor, and then into, for this purpose, we're using a UA Apollo. Okay. So the way I like to use this pedal, I set my clean tone first. So I'm going to turn off the pedal. It's probably going to make a popping noise. All right. So let's listen to the guitar tone without anything on it. All right, by the way, this is a John Mayer Strat, by the way. All right, cool. So that's the tone without the pedal on. Let's turn it on. All right, so I have everything set at noon, and I have the switch flipped up. Here we go. Nice, right? So that's usually the tone. I just leave it set because it's so dynamic. I can sort of just pick cleanly. Or if I want to dig into it. So it's super dynamic this way. So the more you turn up the gain, it gets into the Supro territory, which is what this pedal is supposed to emulate, I guess. And man, it does great tones, but let's go ahead and turn up the gain a little bit and get just crazy with it. So it can get super saturated just on that setting. So what we'll do now is flip the switch down. All right, and this kicks it into overdrive. This gives it even more juice. Right, and the more gain I give it, it just gets super saturated. All right. So, hey, that's a couple of the tones we like to use a lot here in the studio. I know I like to layer a lot of guitar, so traditionally I like to keep things a little bit cleaner. But also, this pedal is great for bass. I'll do an example, I believe, later using it with bass. But anyway, this is just one of my favorite overdrive pedals. I find it super useful for what I need in the studio. It allows me a lot of different tones into one pedal. So, but anyway, those are the settings I like to use. If you need a starting point, to be honest, you can just point everything at noon like it is right now and just start with a clean tube amp. As long as it's a tube amp, it doesn't have to be anything super fancy. This pedal works with pretty much anything. So just stick it there on the front end. Its gain stack's great. I use it all the time that way. I use multiple overdrive pedals with it. But anyway, that's the Superbolt. That's how I use it. Take it easy.